Smorrow and the Caster here with another video for World of Warcraft. Today we're talking about Classic WoW. It's been actually, I think, a while, or if not the first time Classic WoW has been on this channel. Today we're just going to go through kind of what I have done to get 1,000 gold. You see right here, 1,307 or 1,037 gold. So kind of what I do is my main thing is my professions are alchemy and herbalism, and that has been lucrative as all hell. I have a few other characters. Some of them are blacksmith, miner, tailoring, leatherworking, and actually that's it. This method. So when I played vanilla before, I barely made enough gold at level 60 to buy my level 40 mount. It was sad. This time I just said, you know, what the hell with it? Let's just figure something out and make some moolah. And so my big thing is I just pretty much sell everything I have in the auction house. So we'll just take a look at my bag. So I always prioritize leveling up alchemy. So as you're getting herbs, you're gonna get a bunch of herbs, and eventually you're not gonna actually need. Once you kind of move on to the next batch, you're not gonna need some herbs and stuff. And so the ones you don't need, it's time to get rid of them. And so I just put them in the auction house. So for example, let's just go to Appraiser, and we'll just kind of go down the list and as I talk. And we'll just list some auctions. Like I said, I list everything. So from quest rewards for quest rewards, patterns that I find, herbs, rocks, meat, everything. I list everything that I pick up. I do want to mention, going back to the professions, because professions have been probably 60% of my income on this character. One thing you do gotta make sure that you got to maximize the money you're trying to make is to every little blip you have on your map, get it. Every time you see a node, grab it. Doesn't care if it's green, gray, orange. Well, it matters if it's red because you can't do red. But every node you see leveling, it's gonna slow your leveling down a little bit for sure. I mean, because you're taking time. It takes 3 seconds. It takes 3 seconds to mine a node. This, either herb or mining or skinning. It takes 3 seconds to gather per site. And because that's going to slow leveling down for sure. But, it's not a big deal because now when I hit level 60, I'm only level 47 right now. Or 48, I just hit 48. I'm only level 48. I don't even have a level 60 on this server yet. And I don't have 1,000 gold. And as you can see, I don't need Firebloom anymore. I'm sure it can come up in a recipe later, but not a big deal. I can just go get it. It only took me. I was leveling up in Tanaris. It's only a few extra, minutes to get some Fireblooms, and so it's 40 on my server. It's 43 silver per buyout, so it's 8 gold per 19 of them. Again, this is just shit that I got leveling up. I didn't really go out of my way. I just got nodes as I was leveling. I took my time and cleared an extra mob, cleared an extra base, whatever it need to be to get my trade goods. For example, so again, this is 8 gold for 19 Fireblooms. That did not take me too much longer while leveling up. So just post that item, and it's just stuff like this. Like I don't, Gold Thorn is for 150. I don't need it, so just refresh it. And it doesn't even matter how many stacks you have. If you have 2, 3, 7, 18, 14, who gives a damn? List it. Because, even 2, people will buy 2. Because, sometimes they only need 2 or 5. They don't need a whole stack of 20. So just list everything you have. Don't worry about stack sizes. 2's going to get you 60 silver. I mean, that's good enough for, a couple flights, whatever. It's going to cover your repairs of leveling. Again, don't worry about the stack size. It's just if you have a gathering profession, gather every node possible. I do know that alchemy is really good right now. or herbalism, because we have a bunch of meta sluts who need every goddamn potion to hit the top tier number, and so people always are leveling up alchemy. There's no shortage of people leveling up alchemy. So therefore, most herbs, peace bloom, earth roots, and silverleaf are very low. They're like a couple silver per stack of 20. But as you get higher, people kind of give up because it's tedious and annoying. So they get more and more expensive. For example, three Grom's blood is a gold each. So I mean that's this I just got running in between the Cold Card quests. I was actually the Cold Card quest, or I was running a Maraudon, whatever. I ran through that place in Dustilus, 2 seconds. There was 3 nodes right next to each other, so I picked up 3 of them. We're looking at potentially 3 gold right here. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I mean, just as you level, it adds up. So we're gonna list some heavy leather. That's 9 silver per stack. I don't even know. This probably is worth nothing, but we'll see. Oh wow! So this is just shit that I probably, if I was playing classic, I would have vended this crap for 81 silver. It's going for 14 gold. This took me 6 minutes to get. This took me 6 minutes farming trash. I killed 20 Endosaurs for the quest in whatever the fuck it's called, in Searingord. I killed 20 of them, and right now I'm looking at making a profit about 14 gold. Will it sell? I don't know. I don't. But as of right now, it's showing me about 14 gold buyout. Fuck it, let's post it. I have nothing to lose except maybe my deposit. But I have 1,000 gold, so who gives a fuck? So we have King's Blood. And I don't play the auction house. I don't know how to do that. I'm sure there's people out here who do. I don't know how to buy and resell. I just play the game as I know how, leveling up. Because I'm still leveling. I'm not grinding. Well, to an extent. And again, the main key, what I do is I list everything that I pick up. Everything that's not bolted down to the floor that I don't need. I like keeping some juices and some food and whatnot. But like silk, I don't need it. And what's some fucking clam meat or spider meat? That's 80 silver fucking meat. I mean, I might level in cooking one day and I'll have to end up buying it, but right now I'm not. So no one's buying this stuff. So I mean I have a couple of these blue items. These I bought myself. So I already have pretty decent gear when I hit into the level 50s, making leveling easier. And just doing this even makes your leveling experience easier. Because if you're not able to get groups, because I'm busy, I'm not able to get groups sometimes, and so I may not be able to run Maraudon or whatever. What dungeons are my level right now? Maraudon, Zul'Farrak, Sunken Temple, etc., etc. I may not be able to level it, hit those very much. So just by leveling and gathering, and occasionally selling, going to the auction house every time I go and level up. I'm able to purchase gear to supplement drops that I didn't get. I still have decent drops from whatever, but I have this helmet, Wormsire plate pads. I got these from Maraudon, or Executioner's Cleaver, and I was able to put Fiery on it. I mean, that's like 70 gold right there. Who gives a fuck? Because if you're able to just sell stuff, you get the freedom of making this gold. And there wasn't much grinding on this. I didn't go out of my way. I did get lucky with a few blues. I got a few like $100 gold blues that dropped earlier in leveling. But I would definitely expect, if you're starting at level 1 to 47, I'd fully expect you, depending on your server and prices and luck, a little bit of luck, I expect you to easily have 500 to 750 gold. If you get some good loot from trash mobs doing quests, you can easily have 1,000. I'm 47 or 48, and I can already afford my 100% mount. No, I did not spend. I'm not going to show you my bank statement, but I can guarantee you right now, I did not spend any money on gold to make a video. I just list everything in the auction house, and a good tip, I think a very good tip to speed up the leveling process. You're not actually when I was playing back in vanilla, or even up until almost recently, kind of, I'd always just send shit. I didn't want to interrupt my leveling flow, so as soon as my bags got full, I would just start deleting stuff or go back to town and just vendor everything. Make a bank tune. Make one or two bank tunes, and once you kind of establish some gold, let's say you've like 40 gold or whatever, buy some bags. Buy some cheap ass bags. You can get like 10 slot bags for gold each. So spend 5 gold, invest in a bank character. So instead of selling everything to a vendor, you go to town, you kind of take a minute to go through your bags, see what herbs you got, or you have leathers, what greens, patterns, etc., etc. Whatever you have that's half a value. Pretty much anything that's not gray, or quest items, of course. As you see, like no one's buying this, so you could vendor this if you don't need it. So I'm gonna go to a vendor. I've also an add-on that automatically vendors all my gray items. But if you can see here, pretty much I can get rid of this. I should have actually listed that, but for the most part, my entire bags are just food, and so, a couple things I'm storing for higher levels. But everything else has been schluffed to either a bank alt, auction house, or vendor. And so, as long as you can send to a vendor or a bank tune, just as you're leveling, just toss everything onto the bank tune. And if you're a little bit savvier about, when markets are higher on certain items, for example, I've always noticed, at least on my server, that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday have higher prices for herbs because people are mine are really low still, so mine's kind of a wash. As I've been getting higher level, though, I have noticed there's a fluctuation in the prices based off rating. I don't make really good anything rating potions, but I think people are trying to level up alchemy right before raids. Like, hey, I'm at like 250. I need to get to 300 real quick, and I'll push. I don't care the price. I'll buy it. I have noticed as I got in higher levels that the herbs are worth more right before raiding and during prime raiding times, Monday through Thursday, more or less. One thing I did forget to mention earlier, though, especially this is my experience with alchemy. I don't know if it's going to work in other professions, but when I make the potions, I sell them. So like this potion right here, I know it's not top dick potion. This elixir of greater agility. And I get these two. I probably could have kept my goldthorn, but whatever. I get these two herbs quite often, both sungrass and goldthorn, just by living in Feralis and Airy Peak or whatever hinterlands. Let me just show you how much this goes for. So last time it scanned, it was a gold, and right now it is today's Wednesday, so we're right in the middle of everything. So let's go greater agility. So we're looking at 83 to about a gold per potion, a little overinflated on the gold 50, but they're almost about a gold each. And when you're leveling, it only takes one sungrass and one goldthorn. And so a stack of 20 can make you roughly 20 gold. And to think that sungrass and goldthorn are a very abundant herb, on at least when leveling up. So you can easily get 20 gold in about an hour just leveling up. Oh, here's a goldthorn, or here's a sungrass, etc., etc. Boom. Every time you herb both of those together, gold, gold, gold. Right now, it's 80 silver, but I sold them for a gold 20 2 weeks ago. And so there's just different things you can do, but I guess the big takeaway of this is vendor as little as possible, sell everything in the auction house if possible. The one thing I had, one trick or one kind of philosophy I live by, one last PS note. If you have green items that you're trying to sell, for example, let's say this was blue, or blue. Imagine this was green. It's just a standard item, or okay, pretend this was not sold bound. Pretend this was BOE. I give it 3 auction lists before I vendor it. Because eventually I was trying to auction house them constantly, and I ended up having an entire bag of greens. And the vendor was just at that point my bags were getting full. I couldn't import any more herbs or leather, trade goods, etc. Because my bags are full of shit green items that nobody was buying. I lowered the prices. No one still bought them. Lowered them even lower to almost vendor price. No one bought them. So I just started vendoring them after about 3 times in the auction house. Just vendor them. Blues are the only thing that I would just hold on to and relist, because eventually somebody will buy them. But greens, yeah, someone may eventually buy them, but is it really worth, if it's 75 cents to a vendor and you're trying to get a gold, then yeah, 25 silver is nice, but eventually it does clutter your bags. I would just vendor them to make room for something that's worth 20 gold instead of 1 gold. And so just stuff like that is some tips and tricks and stuff that I would do. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, staying tuned. Hopefully this was helpful. I'm very surprised that I've made this much gold, but it really wasn't that difficult, and just takes a little bit of discipline and a little bit of adjustment, and just main goal is auction house everything, and don't vendor things. Just put in the auction house, and maybe just set it to an alt character at night. Right before you go to bed, just flood the auction house, put on a 24-hour limit, go to work, whatever you need to do, and just come back and then loot and relist, and it takes 10 minutes. I mean, the whole listing process takes like 5-10 minutes. Without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this helps you guys. If it does, give me a thumbs up. I really hope you guys don't give me a thumbs down. You guys have been thumbs downing some of my stuff, but if you do, I get it, and I'll try to make better content. But with that being said, again, one last time, I appreciate you guys watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, knock that thumbs up button, which is rating. Hit that notification bell, because, I have a weird upload schedule because of this Rona. So just hit the notification bell just so you're, in tune with my upload. It used to be, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but it's just been sporadic and long, and I apologize for that. But hopefully this is a good video for you guys to gnaw on and enjoy.